Okay, I just started this and then that didn't work, but oh well. Realized I didn't have my mic plugged in. But as I said in the earlier clip, I'm currently sitting outside a 24-hour coffee shop in Portland in my rental car by myself, where nobody knows where I'm at. And I have my nice camera out, so this may not be the smartest decision. But I just read a book on creativity in a bookstore when I probably should have bought the book, but I didn't because I read it all in the bookstore because I read ridiculously fast. But that's besides the point. But in the book it talked about when you're a creator, you need to talk about what you know. And I'm just gonna rant for a second. Or it's not really a rant. It's this idea I've been brewing on, and I've been talking about it a lot with some of my friends, and others are completely shocked when they hear me discussing this. I don't know if this is my idea or somebody else's, but there is within the church, since I am very Nazarene, I go to Olivet Nazarene University, member of the Nazarene Church. I was in the process of being an ordained minister, was a locally licensed minister, but just didn't fit my goals for the future, so oh well. But I actually ended up, from that, hey, that was weird. This dude asked me for bus fare, not feeling really awkward, but oh well. I don't have any cash. Oh well, I feel weird now. Okay, but within the church, it seems like among the people I know, there are expectations of what you talk about and how you talk about things. And honestly, a lot of the stuff that people talk about is completely theologically and logically unsound. Like, God only gives you what you can handle, or all of that other crap that is meaningless crap that they feed you. I hate it. And I have a word for it. It's called Christianese. Christianese I label as all of the crap that you say when you don't really mean anything. Like, oh man, I'm so sorry your child died. God needed him more than you did. What? Why on earth would you say that to somebody who just lost their child? That in and of itself is completely wrong. Like, God needed your child more than you did. No, that's your child. That's somebody you love and care about and want the best for, at least in my idea of having children would be like, as I haven't had any children and don't plan to for a significant amount of time. But why would you say that to somebody? Like, they clearly needed that child. Well, a lot of this stuff is just from ignorance and a complete unawareness of the theological concepts that you're conveying when you speak. There's a lot of things that go along with it that just don't make sense. But from that, why do we keep saying this stuff? People who are in the church don't like hearing it. People who are outside of the church don't like hearing it. Honestly, I am at the point where I am blunt about all of the things I'm thinking and everything, at least with the people I know, that aren't gonna label me a heretic and say, you're going to hell. I mean, I don't think I am. And I might be a little bit of a heretic, but not really. I mean, I'm pretty well educated. I don't know. The more I've discovered through my 4 years at Olivet, since I'm graduating in less than 2 months. Wow, time has gone fast. But what I've discovered is the more you learn, the more you realize you don't know. And I have discovered I don't know anything, but I have learned what I don't know. Or at least I've discovered some things I don't know. I now know how hard life can get. Like, I have had the most weird career of college. Like, honestly, I haven't tried as hard with my grades as I should have. Mainly because life happened, and also because I never did homework when I was growing up, really. Or, like, if I had homework, I did it all at school. I don't really remember doing much studying as a kid, ever, at least for schoolwork. I always did fun reading. I'm kind of a nerd. Actually, I am a nerd. I'm realizing more and more. But, like, all of this stuff, like, I didn't prepare well. I had life crises happen in college but I had things happen. I hit rock bottom to where I'm at right now. A year makes a huge difference. I'm in a ton better space and I feel like myself again. But, like, through that, I've discovered, and, like, through my theology classes and my philosophy class, that, shout out to Dr. Lowry, sorry for falling asleep every day, but I learned something from the papers. And my tutor, who walked me through everything so I could understand it well enough to write the papers, thanks, Dan. But yeah, so there's so many things that just go on when you're trying to, like, discover things. But, like, seriously though, why on earth are we using Christianese? Like, I feel like giving something a name makes it real. Like, I don't know. He who must not be named in Harry Potter, giving him the name of Voldemort makes it more real than this figment of an imagination. Like, speaking of which, Harry Potter, seriously, growing up, why couldn't I have read those books? Oh my goodness, I love those books now that I started watching them, I started watching the movies like 4 years ago, and I'm obsessed, and I'm only 22, and they came out when I was 8, or they came out when I was really young. Oh well. But complete side note, I'm really good at side notes, but, like, why the heck are we still talking in this language that is useless and just pisses people off? It's isolating people from the church. It's isolating opinions. It's just not good. So why do we keep using it? Is it because of ineducation? Is it because of complacency? Is it because of a desire to not actually get real with people? Like, I love having conversations. Like, literally in my Facebook bio, it's like coffee, conversations, Christ, repeat, or something like that. And, like, those are my top 3 favorite things ever, except for adding in travel and my family and a few other things. But they're really high up there for me. But, like, so the only time you really get to learn about someone is when you're willing to be vulnerable with them too. Like, I don't know. I had a conversation with one of my friends just about a week or so ago, and through talking with her, I realized that how do you survive if you don't have those people that you question what you think with? Like, Facebook, oh my goodness, with politics, like, why are you deleting friends because you don't agree with their politics? I can guarantee you that I don't agree with about 90% of my Facebook friends' politics, and most of them are my family, but I still love and care about them and want to hear more about what's going on in their life, even if I don't want to hear more about the craziness going on in the world. Why are we isolating ourselves to only hear one opinion? I don't get it. I am about as firm believer in Christianity as you can get, at least right now. And yeah, I love learning about Islam and studying all the intricacies. Like, currently in my car, I have a copy of the Quran and about 5 other Islamic books to read because it's just fascinating to understand other perspectives. Why have we lost our curiosity about other people? Like, conversations get so much better when you're actually sharing things that matter instead of small talk. How's the weather? Oh, it's been good. Like, I can have on one side of my family, you have family dinners that are complete chaos and loud and rambunctious and filled with all of the opinions you're not supposed to talk about at family dinners, politics being the first one of them, loudly screaming or talking over one another at dinner while plowing through a huge platter of grandma's fried chicken. Really good stuff. And then at the other side, it's how can we get away from here without talking at all? And it's just really awkward and quiet, and like, I don't think it's meant to be that way. It's just how the interactions have been, and there's not really, and it's hard to change things once they've been that way for a long time. But that doesn't mean they still can't change. Things, if they don't evolve, they die. Christianity has evolved. It's not dead. Like, we can't keep keeping things the exact way they were, because the second they stop growing and expanding, and the second we stop growing and expanding our thinking, we die. Whether it is we lose part of ourselves, or we whether we lose part of ourselves, or whether we lose out on something rich and powerful, in something beautiful that we didn't realize. I'm currently out in Portland. I'm from freaking the middle of nowhere, in the middle of Illinois, in Indiana border, sorry, middle of nowhere. And like, seeing the different attitudes of people around the country, I've done a decent amount of traveling. I haven't done near as much as I want to. But like, how in the world did we get here? How did we get to a place where we're so divided we can't see other people's thoughts? Or if we do, we can't wrap our minds around it. I don't know. I guess I'm just kind of, I like to consider myself a global thinker. I value people and their opinions, and everyone wants to be heard. So why don't we just allow them to have the conversation? Okay, I don't know how I'm going to wrap this up, but hopefully this sounded good when I come back and look at all this footage. But yeah, so if you like it, leave a comment, subscribe, like it, I don't know. Whatever you feel led to do. If the spirit leads you there, take it. Okay, I can't even keep doing that. But be real and honest.